We are live, guys. What is going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. Hope you're having a spectacular start to your day wherever you are. I'm out here in the West Coast, Pacific time zone, Southern California Desert, Rancho Mirage, the Mission Hills Country Club, Wimbledon Drive, about a 30-second walk from grass court 10. Looking forward to a little workout this morning on the grass with a big O. After, of course, got to get in the bike and do a little bit of core, a little bit of cardio, and then some core, a little bit of stretching, and boom, there we go. Look, guys, what I've got for you today is I've got 3 power sources for you, and on your serve, and I'm going to really focus on one of them that we probably haven't spent enough time on. The first 2, I think you know, but they're really important that you continue to work on them and make sure that they don't kind of escape your regular first and second serve. If you want more power, if you want a better high quality spin. So guys, before we get started, a couple things. Number one, would love for you to, if you love 7 Around 7, down below, make sure you click the like button, the like icon. Share and leave a comment, leave a question, especially over YouTube. Really helps me with their algorithm reach out to more tennis players, and doesn't cost you a thing to do that. It's free. So yeah, like, share, and comment. That would be great, guys. Let's roll. Let me go ahead and change this to that. I got scolded yesterday about one of the videos that I showed. Was in this mode here where you couldn't see the video too well, as opposed to this mode right here. Anyway, there you go. So look, so I got 3 power sources for you. Number 1 is the grip, and maybe you can see. Let me move this bad boy out of the way here. Maybe you can see my fingers are barely on the racket, right? So number 1, in general, the grip has got to be relaxed. You can't be squeezing tight. But if you want to get more racket speed, and racket speed is the thing that equates to power and spin, is I want you to tinker with getting your 5th finger, right? The baby finger halfway off the racket. Now, when I was taught back in the day to serve, one of the, for us small kids, what they had us do is put our 5th finger all the way off the racket, right? And, you couldn't really feel, you couldn't feel any control, which was the whole idea. The coach didn't want you to feel that you could grip it strongly because you were just a small guy, right? So that's the way I learned to serve, was with that 5th finger all the way off the racket. Well, over time, I ended up moving it up to where the 5th finger was about halfway off the racket. I see way too many players where right here, you could actually see the butt of the racket sticking out, right? The one thing you don't want to do on the serve is obviously you don't want to choke up, right? You want to keep that hand as low as possible on the handle. And I want you to tinker with that 5th finger being halfway off so that you're going to get more swing speed. Now, number 2 is going to be, you got to keep the toss in front. If you want to get power and spin, you cannot, even on a second serve. I know, Brent, aren't we supposed to put the toss behind us on the second serve for spin? Yeah, you can, but the reality is that you're not going to get any swing speed. You're just not going to be able to generate swing speed. If you want to think about spin for a second serve, then fine. At contact, stay sideways a little bit more. All right. But for right now, that toss has got to end up in front of you, and it would drop inside the baseline, right? Now, here's what I really want to focus on today is you got the 5th finger off, right? So it's tougher to squeeze, right? And you've got the toss in front, which allows you to finish releasing the wrist so that the racket tip, the top of the racket ends up coming down, right? Through the release. And this is where you get you get power and spin by releasing it and letting it finish in this position. I'm telling you right now, most players, and you could be in there, is that in this position right here, it's more like that, where the racket and the arm are kind of aligned in kind of a straight line, is from here, the wrist locks too much right there. And the shoulder just kind of brings the racket down rather than letting it go and getting into this position right here. Right? And then you can finish across your body and yeah, boom, right? So here's a slow-mo and release there, right? Here's real time. And again, right on top. In fact, I start the release probably right about here, right? And it's just finishing down in there. So there you have it. Let me get back to here and there. So there you have it. All right. So those are really kind of three power sources. Number one, get that fifth finger halfway off the end of the handle. And you're going to feel, you're going to feel a little, weird at first because you feel like, well, God, I've got no control of the racket. And exactly, you don't want to be squeezing on that handle as you go up to make contact. A couple things, right? Bad that happen. You slow the racket down and you don't get, so you don't get the natural power that you could. But number two is you really decrease the spin quality. And whether you're hitting a flat first serve, which is, unless you're Riley Opelka height, 7 feet, and even he needs some spin to be able to create a little bit of shape to bring the ball back down once it gets over that net. So since you're not Riley Opelka height, then you've got to have a high quality spin to be able to safely get the ball up over the top of the net and have the spin curve itself back down. A second serve to me is just more spin. That's all it is. And it's so look, now, as I said before in the video, the way that you can get more spin is just stay more sideways at contact, rather than opening up those shoulders too early at contact, which actually, decreases the amount of spin. So three things. Number one, fifth finger halfway off. Number two, keep the toss in front of you. And number three, make sure, as you can see in the picture right here, that you've got the tip of the racket coming down after contact. And look, try it slowly, right? Hey, Rich, good morning. Thanks, Brent. Great cues. On my way to the Barnes Center in San Diego for my 7th match this week in the 65s. That a boy? I hope for some great spin and power in my serve today. Well, look, Rich, you've got a great serve already. And we already know what the one thing that gets in your way is you're a stud, man. You're a big boy, strong, country strong, right? I wouldn't want to be the pitcher lining up with you at the plate. So you've got to really ensure that you don't use that country strong strength and get too grippy on the racket, right? So maybe try to warm up a little bit if it feels, this is like a weird thing to be saying right before you play a tournament match. Hey, tinker with something. So maybe just try to get a feeling rather than, intellectually trying to figure this thing out, those three power sources, just in the warm up, maybe feel it and just go from there. But guys, there you have it, right? This is what I really want you focusing on today is going to be right there, is that tip of the racket pointing down after contact. And look, you don't finish that way. Sampras did a lot. I remember Pete could finish in that position right there. But for me, I just feel like I don't want to put the brakes on the wrist and the elbow and the shoulder like that for fear of doing some damage. So I let it finish across my body when I'm done. You can do the same thing as well. So guys, that's it for me today. We are at almost 10 minutes. Not bad. A 10-minute little thing for your serve this morning. So guys, look, would love for you to like the video today, share it if you feel like it, and be sure to leave a comment or a question for me. Could be in the serve, could be on something else with the game. You know me, I love to read, and I promise to respond. And then look, if you're also inclined, down below is the link to Web Tennis Gear, GEAR.com, where you can go over and check out the t-shirts I've got for sale. They are the Web Tennis on YouTube t-shirts. I think I got one on this morning, maybe. Yeah, there you go. And when you pick up a t-shirt, and look, different sizes, different styles, different colors, I'm going to give you one of my $97 stroke technique courses as a gift. You get to choose which one. But down below is the link to webtennisgear.com. And listen, appreciate your support in advance. Guys, that's it for me today. It's time. We got to get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I will see you again next time. And Rich, good luck today.